maturity uh, requires not just discipline but responsibility, right? And I think maturity also requires a certain level of awareness, right, of the circumstances and the environment that you are now in. You understand? I'll give you a perfect example. When before my girl moved in, right, me and my boys, we'd be out 5, 6 days a week. And when she moved in with me, my boys would hit me up and I'd be like, bro, like, me and my girl live together now. Like, I can't be out 5, 6 days a week. And it's not that she had a problem with it. It's just that as a man, I understood. As a man, I understood that, okay, Mo, this is a different level you've gotten to now. You
Mm.
can't continue to operate the way that you did when you were on the level below and expect this to still work.
But wouldn't you say that was more of a choice, and that was a choice because of your discipline and because you were aware what was on the outside while you were single?
Well, not necessarily. It's a choice because of the fact that I just felt that I needed to give the respect and the consideration that I expected. And I think a lot of times people get into situations where they're in a union and they do not give the same level of respect and consideration that they expect to be given to them, to that other person.
Mm.
I've heard people say, oh, I don't want to lose myself, like when they're with somebody. And that's why they want to still be able to do what they want to do and go outside or work on their career to whatever extent. But I don't think you lose yourself.
Yeah, and please don't, let's not go to the extreme. I'm not saying you can't go out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't spend time with friends. I'm not saying you can't go away. Um, I'm just saying that I think your intention changes,
Mm-hmm.
right? I go away, we go away, but it's for relaxation. It's so that I can recharge and come back and go harder. You understand that the things that are important. Uh, One thing I always say is you can't, if you value the things that aren't important, you automatically won't value the things that are, because two
Good saying.
things cannot exist at the same time in the same place. That's just against the laws of physics.
I think
Mm-hmm.
also the issue is there's too much information being downloaded on everyone. You're seeing too much. You're a fly on everybody's wall.
And you're comparing to other people's
Yeah,
lives.
and also it's kind of like people are kind of getting in relationships when they're not. It's not a good balance. It's like everyone's getting in relationships for wrong reasons, I think. And also, I think that the economy doesn't make it easy for people to really lock in that way. For example, if me going out and turning up and trying to make content is gonna get me, like views or money or whatever is gonna. I think people are more focused on, trying to survive than being loyal in the relationship. Sometimes, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I feel as though people are trying to. I don't know. I'm not saying myself. I'm just saying in general. I see a lot of people risking it all for content, risking it all for a good time, risking it all for that shot, whatever. And again, we see a lot of people being exploited on social media and on different apps and stuff, behaving crazy. And then you might meet them or whatever, and it's just totally different. So it's like people are going above and beyond just to like get attention while out, and then it's affecting their relationship. And I think it's difficult for people to be in relationships now because, again, everyone's doing it for.
Do you feel like social media is the reason why people are lacking discipline now?
Absolutely. I think so. I think when I really think back to when I was younger and before I, moved to Jersey, I lived in Connecticut, small town, you didn't really you didn't really know everything that's going on outside.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know literally everything that's going on outside. Like, like anything that you're interested in, you can just go on TikTok, type it in, and you get full rundown of how to start a business, how to do this, how to be in this field, whatever. Anything that you look up, going off grid, becoming a truck driver, becoming this, becoming that. We didn't have all the information. We had to really figure everything out on our own. And now it's so much information that I think everyone's just like, I don't know, like
But I think that
chaos.
that's where discipline comes into play, because I feel like there's just as much good stuff on social media as there is bad stuff, and
Right? It's
it's all on
put.
what you
Mm-hmm.
choose to
Absolutely.
what you choose to focus on.
I
You
think
know,
blaming social media, I'm sorry to cut you off, is like low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like you
No, but
can't.
I just feel like now we see more. We didn't see as much before.
Yeah, but it's like
That's all I'm
Mo said.
saying.
I agree with that because you control your algorithm, you know? Like, so if you are looking up inspirational quotes, Instagram is just gonna feed you inspirational quotes. If you're looking up like business stuff, it's gonna feed you that. Now, if you're looking at ass all day, it's gonna just feed you ass.
Right.
If you're looking at, you know, fuckboy shit, it's gonna feed you fuckboy shit. It's gonna feed you whatever you are calling for.
I agree.
You also don't have to sign up for this.
right.
This is all voluntary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Social
if you
media is
if you
definitely
want to meet
optional.
I
somebody
kind of feel
that
as though
reads,
it's
go to
kind
the
of
library.
like I kind of feel as though it's like
Facts.
saying though, like it's progression. So I feel as though it's like saying, oh, if everyone has a television in their home, so I'm just gonna not have a television. It's hard to that's discipline. You have to literally say, I'm not going to get a
That's
television.
discipline.
There are
But
people
everyone
who,
is it's not easy to do that when everything is going in that direction. And now, for example, imagine saying I don't want a cell phone. Well, then you can't look at the menu. Well, then you can't check out. When I was in Miami, I went to a restaurant and I couldn't even pay cash for my food. So kind of like we're forced into these lifestyles. We're forced to see what's going on. We're forced onto our phones. We're forced to live a certain way. And there's nothing you can really do about it. And
agree
even
with
if you
that to
change your
some extent.
algorithm, for
Physical cards
example,
still exist.
for example, I personally I follow a bunch of church stuff, but still a lot of other stuff slips through the cracks.
Yeah.
So it's like just being
All that
on my
ass.
phone, it makes you see a lot of things that you're not asking to see, but it just pops up. It's not your fault, but again, it warps your mind in a way.
Jada,
you know?
I can imagine your For You page.
It's like God and ass.
Yeah.
Church,
God ass. God ass.
no, not as church jokes and shootouts. You know,
Not jokes
do you-
and shootouts.
but do you know,
Yeah.
you know why I don't agree? Because even
'cause it's me.
no, but even the analogy as far as having a television, I could have a television doesn't mean I have to watch the Zeus channel, right? I could have a TV. It doesn't even mean I need to turn it on.
No, it's just
right?
physically having a television is what I'm saying, though.
But-
like,
but
the
even-
discipline goes further than that. It starts that deep.
No,
It's
but
that
see,
deep.
but the
Not even having a television.
but the discipline is actually being able to have a TV
And not-
not watch baddies and not
Mhm.
watch Zeus, right? Because the truth is, and I think this goes to when people talk about protecting their peace, when truthfully all they're doing, you're not being strong because you're not putting yourself in situations where you're being challenged or you're being tested. You're actually avoiding the challenge,
Mhm.
right? And that's actually not strength. So the truth is, to you don't have to not have a TV. You can have a TV, but I think the discipline is actually the ability to share the same space with the debauchery and not partake.
I understand that.
You understand? I mean, because simply like as a man, if that was the case, then that means that if a man's in a relationship, he shouldn't go out. No, I should be able to go out. I should be able to be in a room with a room full of women and know that I have someone at home and be able to control myself.
Discipline.
Like that's what discipline is. It's not that I need to avoid being out. No, it's
I mean,
it's-
but everyone's view of discipline is different. For
Correct.
example, you could be, for example, you're living with a woman. Some people think that you shouldn't have sex outside of marriage.
correct.
So again, that's everyone's perspective is different on it. Me personally, when I say the no TV thing, I think that's even a more deeper discipline for me because it's like, all right, everyone else has something. I'm gonna rob myself of having that because for me, that's like a deeper way of discipline. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Whereas, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, because what you just said just actually struck a chord, and I just wanted to give some clarity. There's a difference between fun and happiness, and I think that needs to be explained. That needs to be said because when I said no fun, I think a lot of times people automatically associate that with
Fun with happiness.
With happiness.
Because doing fun things make you happy.
Mm,
When you said it, I was also thinking that people have different ideas of
Of what fun is. True.
Because you are saying that like at your age you
Shouldn't have fun.
you're not considering fun, like you're not
I'll-
like you don't care
I'll-
to have fun, right? But you said that you want to sit by the pool and read a book.
That's
and
your
do
fun.
the sightseeing. That is your idea of fun.
Well, that's just,
It's-
that's
it's actually-
recharging. That's
it's actually
really-
not fun. That's not fun for
Sightseeing,
me.
that's fun
You
for
know,
people.
He's like, that's
I
not
hate
fun,
sightseeing.
but
Exactly. Okay, well then that's not your idea of fun.
You know why it's not fun? Because when I am engrossed in my work and my passion and I'm being fueled by it, I'm not thinking about vacation, right? Not that I don't enjoy vacation, but Vacation. I mean, it's a recharge. So sometimes when I need to be refueled, it's like, yo, I need to go away for a couple of days. You understand? So it's not fun for me. I mean, fun is it's it's so hard to explain.
What is fun for you? What's fun? What's
It's
fun?
it's so hard to explain.
Alan.
Yeah, what's fun? We want to know, Mo. What's fun?
What's your fun?
For me,
fun that
Yeah.
you don't even think is like,
That's
you
not a
shouldn't even indulge in it?
recharge.
you know what's so crazy?
What is your happiness?
Just
You-
what's
Just
fun?
said happiness is not fun.
yeah, but it's not always.
I mean, listen,
When
For
you're
him,
single,
what
what's
it
is
fun?
his fun
varies.
happiness?
Sometimes fun could be hanging out with my boys, right?
Yeah, fun is mood dependent.
Sometimes fun could be hanging out. To be honest with you, I mean, the day of the blizzard, I was home and we were playing Uno and board games. That was fun.